Hey everyone, it's time for another guitar tip, and today's tip is all about alternate picking. Alternate picking is something I spend loads of time talking about with my students, and it's something which people find really difficult to grasp. Now there are millions of technical exercises you can do to work on alternate picking, and there's no shortage of them on YouTube, so I suggest searching around for technical exercises. But my problem with all the technical exercises, if you're just starting out alternate picking, they're actually pretty difficult to do. Most of them, if you're just introducing yourself to alternate picking, you ain't going to master these technical exercises because they're really chopsy and difficult. So my advice to my students and to you is always to start simple with your alternate picking. I like to start with a riff by Snow Patrol from the song Chasing Cars. Now, if you are a hardcore thrash metaler, please don't turn off just yet, because even though the song might not necessarily be your cup of tea, it might be, who knows, but if it's not, then you can still benefit from actually just working on the riff and working on the picking. I'm going to run you through the left-hand part extremely quickly, and then we're going to scoot onto the right-hand bit, the picking part, which is the important part. Okay, so on fret number 7, string number 4, that's your D string, you're going to place your index finger, and then you're going to effectively do a power chord shape, so your pinky finger is going to be on string 3, fret 9, and you pick those strings one at a time. The next thing you do is you leave your pinky finger where it is and you stretch your index finger down a half step, so your index finger is now on fret 6. The last shape is pinky finger stays where it is again, and you lift off your index finger completely, so you're now picking the open string, string 4 open. And we return to shape 1. Okay, so those are the notes of the riff. Now I'm going to give you a close-up on my right hand, and we're going to get into the good stuff. Okay, so first things first, the single most important thing when you're picking anything on the guitar is to have your hand resting on the instrument. Now there's two ways you can do this. My personal preference is to rest the heel of my hand on the top corner of the bridge, and that gives me a pivot point from which I can pick from. Guys like Paul Gilbert do this. Your other option is to take a pinky finger and rest it against the soundboard of your guitar. Which is a method which you can find people like Malmsteen and those kind of guys doing this. Both are fine, or you can do either or both, as long as you have your hand in contact with the instrument. That is the most important aspect of picking anything on the guitar. So with your hand resting in place, here's the picking for this Snow Patrol riff. We're going to start on the downstroke, and then we're going to come around the D string here, or the G string, the 4th string. We're going to come around that string and hit it on an upstroke. So we're going down, coming around with your pick, and coming back up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. We can refer to this as outside picking because we're actually playing from the outside of our range of movement. If I was starting on an upstroke and going up, down, up, down, up, down, that would be inside picking. That's a perfectly acceptable technique, but for the purposes of this, we're going to stick with outside picking. Now this is about as simple as alternate picking comes, because we are just repeating that pattern over and over, and that's why this is such a great song to start you off with alternate picking, because it's simple and it's easy to do. So there we go, super easy introduction to alternate picking. I hope that helps.